Hello good people, welcome to another video, and today we are going to do a Sunday reset, more of like getting my life together for the new week. We're going to do some shopping, cooking and organization, and we have a hack at the end of the video. So let's do this with you. So here is the outcome of my chapatis, and this is the outcome of my famous stew. We start by checking the stock at our pantry and fridge. So this is how my freezer looks like. We have some liver and some mbuzi. In the fridge, this is what we have. We have a piece of capsicum and cucumber full. Remember, we cover with serviette to ensure it absorbs the water. Then we have 4 tomatoes. Yeah, so we are going to just restock quite a number, because like what I said, will be more this week. And then we have 8 eggs. So the reason they are like this is what I need to finish first before I get to this. Yeah, otherwise they are usually all arranged here like this one. So the next thing is checking what stock I have. Can you imagine? I only have flour and maize flour and wheat. I don't have any other thing in my space. So let me check in my other pantry. So I'm checking here to just see what we have in stock. We have some small quantity of uji flour. We have some small quantity of maize flour. We have mandazi flour. We have some rice. We have more self-raising. We have sugar. So we are sorted for the week basically. And let me tell you, I've not had time to fill my jars. You can see they are almost all empty. And this is also where I keep my water, the extra for takeaway. So when I'm leaving or when I don't have the dispenser water, this is what I use. And of course we have some small quantity of margarine and a new set. The next thing we did is head to the market for grocery before going to the supermarket. You can see this is actually way cheaper than going to the supermarket, so that's why I prefer going to this market, and it's also actually cheaper than my local market. From there I headed to Naivas supermarket for the major shopping, and those are the things I got. So we're going to organize the items that we bought. So the milk I usually put here, so I'll just arrange them here. I only had this last pack remaining, which I'm going to make tea just now. Yeah, and then I stock up the remainder. How do you plan when you have guests? What are the things that you have to look into, especially if you're a career woman who has to work and prefer to ensure everything is organized before the week starts? You don't want to start getting calls in between the meetings that there is no stock of I don't know what is finished, I don't know what. Comment down below how you deal with having guests. So we have our milk over there. You have seen we have minimo in the freezer, so we're going to figure out how to load the freezer. I'm just adding drumsticks and the boneless. I am going to the village. I might buy some beef. I like their beef actually, so it's cheaper and I usually feel like it's better quality. It has just some better flavor. I've not restocked the ice cream. To start with, we have our onions, which I just keep here. I don't do anything else. I just put it in a rack over there. Then I have the other batch. Oh, what I'm doing, I want to organize my shopping with you. You will watch the shopping vlog when we are doing the monthly shopping. I've decided to make it a regular feature because I've realized it is helping me track my monthly expenses. So I will clean these ones first. Let me just quickly clean. We have cleaned all the tomatoes, capsicum and all, so we'll just leave them to dry. I like putting them in this rack because it has holes, so it will just drain, and then I will store them. So the next thing I will do is I will store this. Let me show you how I store them. So I'll cut the roots like that so that they are not too long for my space. You can see they are reasonable now. Then I'll take this container. It's clear, that's why you can't see it. And then I will lay serviette at the bottom, and then I'm going to put my coriander. So they seem like they're too long, so I'll just adjust a bit. Yeah, then once I'm done with that, I'm going to take another serviette and I'm going to put it here at the top. Here at the top to prevent the sweating. So in case there is water, the serviette is supposed to absorb the water, and you're supposed to change it often so that the serviette does not mess up your coriander. And we have put in the fridge. We go to the next thing. The next thing, we are going to prepare a meal which will serve as dinner for today and lunch for tomorrow. The next thing I'm going to do is prepare dough for chapatis, aka rotis. This is my water. I use cold water or hot, but I've always find myself using cold. So I think that is what works for me. So what I will add to my water is some salt. Okay, I like chapatis which have sugar. This is usually optional, so yours you can do either with sugar or salt only, or just sugar actually. Then I add cardamoms to enhance the flavor. Actually, there is someone I gave my chapatis and they told me they were tasting like cake. So that is the secret. And also I'm going to add some vanilla essence. Okay, I think that's all for my ingredients for now. The water is hot, so let's start preparing the dough. So we don't want to mess up our outfit, so we have our Just Cuisine apron, as you can see here. I'm using X all-purpose flour, and what I always say is you sieve your flour for any impurities. So let's just do that. As we prepare our dough, comment down below with tips of how you make your chapatis more flavorful. I've seen people make with carrots, with onions, with pumpkins. Actually, you can check out our two recipes. We have made with butternut, and we have also made chapatis using cold water. That's why I'll not show the whole process. So I'll just mix with this. I feel like it's a lot, but like I said, we have visitors for a few days. So the reason I'm preparing these chapatis is tomorrow we might come in late. So we need to find some ready food. Okay? So you don't want to come in late with visitors and you don't have food. Can you imagine? You start thinking of, oh, they'll have juice, and it's not a surprise. It's always good to be prepared. So allow me to mix off camera so that I don't take too much of your time. I don't make the video too long. So the secret to very soft chapatis is to leave your dough a bit sticky. Then when you're ready to cook, you will dry it a bit. But if you dry it now and you leave it for some time before you cook, then it's going to dry up and it will give you hard or crunchy chapati. So let me just cover it so that we are ready for the next step. So we have our mat, but if your counter is clean, you can still use your counter. But I always prefer using the mat, so we're going to leave it there for some time. Let's now check on our dough. As you can see, it's sticky, like I said, but this is the best time to finalize and make it hard, if that's the word. Because now you are going straight to use, so even if it is sticking, you see, it's not sticking in a messy way. You can see it didn't leave a mess on the mat, so I would say it is perfect. So you mix it a bit. You can see even when you're rolling, it's everything. It's picking up everything and it's not leaving a mess. So that tells you it is soft and nice. Yeah. So another thing is when you're rolling, if it does not come back, you see the way it's just becoming straight, that tells you your dough is good. So you keep doing it. But if your dough keeps rolling, that tells you there is a likelihood that you make hard chapatis. Yeah, so let me just make the chapatis. There's nothing else. I've shared the full recipe. You can check it out. So here are our chapatis. You can see we can have a meal. Yeah. So I'll just prepare. So this is the outcome of my chapatis. You can see they're all nice. Yeah, so I've put this paper to prevent them from sweating. The next thing I want to make is stew for the food, for the chapatis for tomorrow. So I'm going to peel these green peas. These ones. I don't know whether you have a preferred type of green peas. These are called kegondoro and they are very good quality. Comment down below with your favorite, or you just buy based on the price. They're usually slightly more expensive, but they are good quality. So I'm about to peel and prepare the stew. I think I'll see if I'll share the recipe here, if the video will not be too long. So let me also peel them offline and I'll see you on the next part. So we have peeled some green peas. We have peeled some green peas and this is what we are going to cook. Okay, so let me show you. You can see they have different colors. When I was growing up, my mom would say that we use this green to make stew, and this one, which is a bit darker, to make githeri, because it takes longer to cook. So you can, I feel like today I got a raw deal, because these are not nice, honestly. They have too much brown. But what we will do, maybe once we peel all of them, because I've just peeled a portion, once we've peeled all of them, I will I will separate and see if you can do some stew and some githeri. Comment down below if you also have such things or your mother taught you such things. Yeah, so we are going to allow them to boil, I think, and then let's see what next. The next thing we are going to do is to slice the meat. For the recipe I want to prepare, we have always used beef, but I want to give it a twist and this time use chicken. Yeah, it will still be the same way. The only difference is the flavors. So yeah, maybe the recipe will come in a subsequent video. I'm not very sure. Depends on how long this video will be. So let me slice. I want to show you these carrots. These carrots, I've had them for 3 weeks. Look at them. They're still so fresh because the water goes to the serviette. So if you're struggling on how to store your stuff, put a serviette at the bottom and at the top, so that when the container sweats, like this one, you can see it's full of water, then your food will still be fresh. Okay, so I want to prepare carrots because the meal I am about to prepare is my all-time favorite. So I have the ingredients for my recipe. We have chicken, potatoes, carrots, and green peas. The benefit of this meal is, you see this meat. This is the quantity of meat I would have used for a normal meal without accompaniments. And also what I discovered as to why our parents loved this whole combination is because you cook a lot of food with small ingredients. Carrots are not expensive. Potatoes are also not expensive. Like these potatoes, if I do my assessment, is about like 40 shin. Okay, maybe even 20, because potatoes are now slightly cheaper. The carrot could be 10 bob, and the green peas could be like 40 bob. Yeah, so with this combination, this is less than $1. So you get, and of course the meat is a bit expensive. So the more the meat, the more expensive. The other ingredients complement the meal. I don't know whether it's making sense, because I always wondered as to why our parents used to do this combo. This is the outcome of my famous stew. You can see it has everything and anything, including gadufu, the soup. Yeah, so I'm going to have chapati with this. The other thing I wanted to share is this hack. I've decided to boil the maize so that I can share with you the hack. So what is boiling here is maize, and I use the peeling or the cover to cover them so that they can maintain the moisture. So even if you don't have a pressure cooker and you want to boil maize, this is a hack taught to me by my mommy. Yeah, so I'm going to have chapati with this. Yes, so see you on our next one, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly subscribe. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos, and let us know what kind of videos you want us to share on this channel. Bye.